Chapter 3, Aborted Weird Route. Which probably won't actually affect it that much. Hello, Susie. This happened. I do love how Susie barely questions this. The couch. Yeah, the couch. The couch that has antlers and a crown. And duck feet? Hmm. I need the most important interaction, of course. There we go. Bless you. It should be slot 2. Yep. Off it goes. Yeah, I'm guessing somebody posited that it has a crown because it's where Asgore used to sleep, so like a throne? Maybe. I can't really think of why else it has a crown on it. Oh, the dust on the outer edges of TV World. Which also indicates that it has been a minute since even Asgore slept on the couch. There you are. You and your teleporting. I believe what I did after adventure yesterday. Almost baked an entire pie, yeah. Yeah. I have to stop myself from making the piles of Azrael's dust every time I see those. I thought these were bears the first time I played this. They are, in fact, frogs. Ever seen a movie? I do love this slow drag into the intro. It's like, oh, down here. 10 points. I wonder who stored those out here. Yes, talkies. Yeah. I love the clapping there. I've already got the audience on me. Aborted Weird Route is not going to affect Chapter 3 too much. Like, since we don't, see Castletown here. Although I am curious if, the little ERAM thing is going to actually comment on Chris's whole involvement in the partial Weird Route, or if that's only if you completed it. It'd be fun if you just went. It'd be alright, Susie. And of course, the explanation that randomly drops friend on us. From the left. Friend will be the chair. I've heard that one a couple times. I do find this interesting for, of course, like the friend reveal, but also the fact that purple and green is like being cemented as another important color, because that's the other color on Stamped in Neo's wing set. So pink and yellow is important, but also purple and green is important for some reason. It might be. The roaring, obviously, I think is going to have some rain imagery as well, given the whole cold water fell from the sky thing. Oh, and the card appearance. Yeah, Devil's purple and green. So we're building on the continuing purple and green as the counterpart almost to pink and yellow. See, you say the Dark World changes everything into a fantasy, Ralsei, but also it can end the world, and also it completely wrecks the church at the end of... So, it can kind of affect the real world. Fantasy feels like diminishing it a little bit. Oh, the cactus. Hello, cactus. I wonder if this scene right here actually is an image of, because we know that Chris brought and probably Noelle brought the laptop and the playing cards home, so I wonder if that was actually an image of the past rather than just Ralsei giving examples. Also, Susie, you had to interrupt before Ralsei explained, of course. they shouldn't. There's a lot of implications off of Ralse saying that they shouldn't have feelings, especially with the general considerations given to Spamton and Tenna's whole deal going on in the background of this chapter. And that Ralse only seems to express an interest in being real here when he actually feels like he can't be a proper friend, that he can't be of more use, which is a little sad. It's like, Ralse, there's other benefits to being real aside from just your friendships. There's also, like, the things you could experience. Also, crazy thing to say. Just forget about us. You're real to me. Very common sentiment of, I think a lot of Undertale fans, which I think Toby is also constantly, like, speaking to with this game. Oh yeah, I do think the Lightner who creates the fountain gives the general impression or like the general vibe of the Darkners in that world. Also that this chapter says a lot about Chris and their family and their relationships. Which is why something I there's a lot of frustration I know with this chapter of like, oh, Toriel's asleep, oh, we don't get to like actually explore the Dreamers that much, but I feel like Tenna's a good reflection of it actually. Speaking of him, about to get a little interruption. Which I love this interruption because emotionally it speaks to what his job was. What an amazing performance. The entertainer seeks to dissolve conflicts in the household. Cheers, folks. Feature. And never gloomy. An egg, you say? That intro has so much in it. For like a couple of seconds. Hi, buddy. Like even the little things, like that his screen looks cleaved for a second there before the nose and the mouth show up. And Toby just slipping that one in. What lovely contestants we got today, folks. Marvel's Mystery Board. The feature misspelling is particularly interesting as well. I think about how Tenna moves all the time. I think I might try and get Z rank on purpose this time because I want to get into the Z rank room, so... Genuine outside plush. Not. Hello. The funny thing is, he has dialogue later that indicates that he hasn't actually found Toriel yet, so he was just going off of, yeah, we're gonna find Toriel, and then she'll be the grand prize. Cadues and cadets. I love the outdated lingo of tennis. That car horn noise, I'm pretty sure... Hello, hey, Every. That car horn noise is, I'm pretty sure, the same one that Spampton uses if you get, like, if you use the exploit, the big shot exploit when he gets angry. Shadow guys? I think because the little action figures, like the shadowy action figures in Chris's windows in the light world, in the house overworld, they're missing when you come back for chapter 4. So I think they're those, or the shadows of those. Yeah, the action figures on the windowsill. Oh, Tenna. Funky duty. Professional guilt tripper. Oh, God. Does he know? He doesn't know. He knows. Can we just give the TV, like, one last hurrah before he dies, you know? Think about the confetti a lot, because, Metaton, like, showers a bunch of confetti during his little game show in Undertale. And, of course, there are a lot of connections between Tenna, Metaton, Spampton. The Rainbow Fun Meter. Oh, it is. This is the thing. Tenna is guilt tripping, but he's not doing it like out of insincerity. He's genuinely upset and like depressed underneath his little bouncy performance he's putting on. But it is still emotional manipulation, even if he doesn't intend it. What is the confetti in the light world? Good question. Oh. Maybe it's glitter. The audience being, like, kind of morphed Tennalings in the background. Being watched by himself. In shop. Sure. Yeah, and I have the thorn ring. Yeah, so the reason I'm doing like and if you weren't here for the last one, the reason I'm doing an aborted weird route is because I wanted to, I basically wanted to like not do the full consequences of the weird route, but because you don't get the thorn ring back from Noelle if you do the full weird route, so I wanted to make sure I had it. So like, what happens if you make the twisted sword and complete the shadow crystals? You know, it... We'll find out. But Birdley's still alive as a result. Well, at least not in a coma. I love how that he says that Zapper says there's no shame in having a low rank, and then like if you get a low rank, it like literally lambasts you with Z rank, and you get no prizes. Eye rolls. I could sit here and watch this for a while. They could be I think they could be the shadows of the action figures themselves. I don't even know why there's action figures in the windows of Chris's house in the first place. messing with your ears. I love the idea that Chris just has like 30 dice stashed around the house.
Let's go.
What do I want to do here? Yeah, we'll do Chris. We'll keep it boring for now. Rattlesnake. The sensors are gonna kill me. No cursing. It's such dad jokes. The pyramids. It's kind of sad we didn't get all of Chapter 3 because I really actually would have thought the Munmi, because there was a cut enemy called like the Munmi. I thought that would have been pretty interesting. Oh, I love that its TV time is the same font as the Spampton sweepstakes. Always and forever connected. I'm probably going to be rambling a lot about Spampton Antenna during this chapter. The artifact. No. Always a theme of going underground in these games. But also that reflects the start of Undertale. A lot of Chapter 3 reflects a progression through Undertale, which, I get the feeling is part of why it ended up dragging. Let us get Z rank. Very fun that there are 5 cactuses now. Actually, I'll do it after this. What? Alright, I'm doing bad on purpose, because we are gonna get into the Z rank room. We'll get to the spare level, and then just kind of mess up here. Hit me. Come on. Oh, failing him. It's so funny that to get the rank associated with Spampton that you have to, like, purposefully do really awfully. Here is waste turn. Get rid of some of that. Yeah. Tingling from excitement, you say? I need to remember how many turns it is to, like, get the worst turn ranking. Not hitting them. think I should be good after that one. Let me get rid of some of that TP, because you don't want it. Hello. I'm doing really bad on purpose, don't worry. And we'll get rid of one more. Actually, we'll spare one of them. See if I can get rid of more health TP, actually. I want as low as TP as possible. It sure is. Think of the ratings. Alright. Good. Alright. Just need to get whacked enough. And there we go. "99 times. Kinda, you're asking a bit much. Alright. We are not going to say... The funny thing about this battle is you do not need to say, "I love TV" even once to progress it, because it will progress no matter what, which is what we're going to end up doing. This on purpose. I love Z-Rank. Love playing games terribly on purpose. Means there's no pressure. 10 is like, very, yeah, 10 is just super insecure, which I kind of love about him. I mean, I don't blame him necessarily for the position he's been in. Yeah, actually, I am this bad all the time. I actually do suck at this battle in particular. Might be a theorist, but that doesn't mean I'm extremely good at the game. But I do get through it. I've gotten all the shadow crystals and all that. But Zero, I love TVs, but this couple won't let you win so easily. Sure, Tenna. I just can't believe that it, like, lets you, progress. Oh yeah, Tenna's like, that's something I feel like a lot of people don't take into account, that like Tenna in this chapter is at his absolute worst. Like, he's under the worst pressure of his life. Who's attacked? Yeah, like, it still progresses even though, like, I've literally not said I love TV even once. Extra son. I don't really need to get hit too much. This is the word. Tenna, this line is so out of pocket. It's normal for couples to fight sometimes. Come on, Crystal. But this is like one of the things where it's like, oh, okay, obviously, Tenna is not only trying to relate to Chris, but the progression of the Dreamer household must have been a very lengthy series of fights for Tenna to think that this is normal. Have you liked your deck once? Eye rolls. This one. Behind the clouds. Yeah, he probably was. Like, he probably sat through all the arguments, then eventually he got unplugged, then he just wasn't used. Like, I don't even know. I can't even imagine what being unplugged feels like for a TV. Probably not good. Oh, this is an interesting line, actually. I don't think it'll ever be a video, but, like, Tenna reflects a lot of, things that are very close to queer repression, or, like, homophobic. Like, one weather's better than two, less confusing for the kids. That is not typically something you say about a straight couple breaking up, but confusion towards children is something you say about a gay couple. Just, yeah, interesting little line, that. Oh. It might be reflective of a little bit of that, but yeah, I do think a lot of oh, Tana and like the coding about like kind of like, because I have spammed it on like on this save, but eventually I want to do a save as well. Oh, hello. Yeah, an aborted weird route. Basically, I went through and I got the thorn ring, but I didn't murder Birdley. So, I have the thorn ring, specifically because I want to make the twisted sword later, but I don't think you'll get the thorn ring back in a normal weird route. It kind of seems like whatever you did to Noelle there feels permanent. So like I wanted a route where I could get the twisted sword for whatever it's going to be used for without doing a full weird route. Second Z rank. Oh, I do love if you take a while here. Oh, he said impressive. If you take a little longer than that, he goes, that's concerning. Hello, cactuses. I have so many thoughts about the cactuses. swear to God, Mr. Little Nose, Mr. Email. He's so offended. Mr. Generosity. The joke that Spamton's middle name is Generosity, but yeah, he says like he needs a little generosity pretty frequently. You did bad. Well, it's not that Chris used to like that word, it's that Chris doesn't like that word. It says if only there was a word for that kind of personality, a word you liked. So Chris like fucking hates that word. Oh, of course, the secret mailroom. Why did you make this, Tenna? I actually really like the guilt. You didn't want to see it, that's cool. That's fine, okay, yeah. You'll just never be able to see it again. I wonder if that's about anybody. Rousey. Yeah, I have to go get the percent. The power percent. Well, the Tenna designed a puzzle that inherently gets you stuck. This is another crazy one. The song that plays here for Pushing Buddies is, like, yeah, called TV Romance in the Files. It is 19 seconds long and 97 beats per minute. 1997. I don't think he expected fan mail. I think he expected the mailroom to spawn mail or a mailman. Because the sword room in the back room route spawns a sword. Another battle to do terribly in. Yeah, last September was when I built the whole little Spamtenna conspiracy board, where I was like trying to get every connection. And even then, that board did not have every connection. I updated it later and it's still like missing things. Doing terrible on purpose. There we go. The hardest thing to get Z rank on in this first board is actually the cooking minigame, because, like, it's not enough to do terribly. You have to, like, time it so that you get 0 stars. Where's the strike? Yeah, Toby Fox was like having fun, basically making like a puzzle mini game with all the connections between these two. Like, figure it out. All right. I love that the shadow guys have like little. What are the implications of the fun gangs use? Interesting question. I just considered it like an extension of like the heart's like general abilities, but because of course, you know, we do have the yellow heart stuff, so I need to get rid of some of that TP. There we go. Zeering. Yeah, souls can just shoot things. That's just a natural ability of souls. Nope, not in the bonus zone. I don't want extra points. Okay. I picked the weeds. So many cactus thoughts. Yeah, my next video is probably going to be about the cactus. And I'll try to make it shorter for once. God, I was gonna have the Trans Spamton video be like, I was like, oh, I'll just make it short. Ends up being longer than my crazy biblical video. I like that this is a precursor for the Shadow Mantle fight. Susie. It's a little rude to put fluffy boys over your head. That's the only wrong answer. Fucking Thursday. Love that Rouse Sale put lower on that Steam sale. Chris, you know that's not right. Not on my channel. You do so badly that he electrocutes you. Good, you pushed it aside. It's important to push your loved ones away sometimes. Yeah, the implications of that line, too. I wonder if Chris pushes people away. This awful guy. Henna and his Pippin's problem. God, I wonder why Tenna has an emotional problem with these short, tiny little scammy guys that that jump around. Working on the Z rank. Yeah, it's like Ken is picking up that there's like something going on, but he doesn't seem to quite know what it is. I am going to get rid of my extra points real quick. Why does he say falling peaches? You actually lost. Yeah, thank you. I don't want any points. I want to do as terribly as possible. Susie keeps giving me more points. Stop that. Alright, time to do awful on the cooking game on purpose. This one's actually, yeah, difficult, because yeah, you do have to time it to get 0 stars. Oh god. We'll see how I do here. Why does That's another one. Why does Tenna just have access to the Undertale soundtrack? Like, yeah, a lot of this seems to be a reflection of definitely of Undertale. Try and time this to do awfully, but still pass. Okay. I think that was bad enough. Happiness yet to be cooked clams, you say? I wonder if there's anything else in this game that's been called clams in a weird check. Give me Zurich, come on. Yes, alright, good. I love how Azrael, like, Ralse looks at... Let's call him Azrael. I'm sorry, Ralse. But I love how Ralsei looks at that and is like, we won! Yeah. Airborne. Kick. Blue stop signs. The amount of like, alright, we're just reliving Undertale with Tenna. Hey, every time the fun meter's on, man. I get the feeling they composed that leitmotif together. Well, he was gonna be ants. He was gonna be a lot more bug-like by Toby's early drawings. I don't know if there's anything past that. Can we change Susie's name? Great and no. Of course he doesn't want to change Susie's name. Given later lines. The green room. Hi, Lancer. I didn't even see you in the last one because invertebrates. Spamton does apparently constantly emit slime, so you know he's like a slug. It's a convincing replica of your favorite cactus. There's a way to win this. I don't actually... I should practice it sometime, but I don't actually know how to do it. It's like you're not even looking at the screen. I love the Pippins here. Yeah, I'd do about the same. Your forecast is love. You'll be in a very strange polycule for this one chapter. I suppose you gave it a good try. The gift box was empty. Why do I even have a gift box? Oh, yeah, so Spamton, so couple sources for that. The Undertale Anniversary, the little Spamton shape hole has a bunch of slime. Spamton then says, like, all your friends abandoned you for the slime you are. Then Tenna is, like, very sadly in the newsletter video, like, I can never forget the slime. So, I mean... It seems, and yes, Sans also supposedly emits slime. I guess this is just a thing that Toby likes to reference. How are you? They all... Swatch still got a mohawk. Swatch having a mohawk's interesting because Spamton also says in the sweepstakes, like, about his look, because people are like, oh, that disguise, like, or he was trying, he says, like, that guy stealed my look, or maybe he stole back what I took from him, which, kind of implied that Swatch had a different look for a while, but that Spamton was inspired by his original look. Maybe Spamton is also a snail. And that salesman. Thank you. Yeah, what about the salesman, Rad? You wanna talk about that? No? Okay. It was like yesterday you and that girl had everyone lined up. Only kids like you would take a laptop home just to play make-believe. I do. Tenna doesn't like us touching the points. It's funny that Ram says us as well, because later that Pippins that is like, no one will shed a tear for him anyway, says that Tenna wouldn't let Ram specifically touch the points. Hello. Alright, give me the Z rank room. Weather report. Everything reminds me of her. Everything. I do also think Lenina and Elena also are probably reflecting, like, there's something interesting going on with thruple hinting in this game. Because you also had the Addison that's selling, like, the divorce and marriage shoes in Chapter 2, and they only are like, when you go back with Rouse and Susie, they're like, oh, you three look together, do you want some marriage shoes? They're strong and independent. Yeah, okay. Hi, Rosa. it's 10 at time. Oh, glad. I got the Z-Rec room, so we get his, like, you know, room that represents all of his depression. Oh. The phone. It seems to be unplugged. Yeah, your timing. You just like, alright, let's walk into the depression pit. Yeah, I love how much Spampton is like a ghost of Chapter 3. Seems like a collaboration between two stars. Their smile seemed so bright. Imagine your parents divorcing so hard that it not only gives the weather broadcast marriage issues, it gave your TV relationship issues. Everything's reflected. The implication that Henna likely broke the mirror after Spampton ran out. And of course a manhole. I love the manhole as well. Because the fact is, like, that means that Spampton was still a crawling little sewer creature even back in the Big Shot days. Like, he spawned a manhole in his dressing room and he used it to get backstage. You know, like a little virus. Yeah, the mirror is very much like, I think Tenna punched that thing full force. There is cut content that implies that Tenna also, like, destroyed a room, but I need to find that again, because somebody had it posted somewhere, but... I do like how this, like, it doesn't just give you the controller, you come back out and it's just here. Like, who left that there? A gamepad no one wanted to use. The buttons are in ugly pink and yellow. The fact that pink and yellow is also associated with being unwanted, right? Like, Spampton is left out in the trash. She is an unwanted spam mail. Friend is kind of implied to be that, like, perhaps abandoned egg from Cat Petters or an amalgam from Cat Petters, given some of the text in the Mike game. Like, there's something about pink and yellow and no longer being desired or wanted. Which I feel like make the fields of pink and gold in Chapter 5, like, I get the feeling that's not going to be a fun time. I can do it. Oh, the ominous chapter. It's very sad that none of the monsters hurt you before you get the sword. Yeah, the game is weird because like I've heard people call it Dragon Blazers, which like clearly it is like a version of Dragon Blazers, but like I highly doubt the original Dragon Blazers was you wander around, there's no music, the the creatures don't hurt you. Like because you know, even if you're reflecting Undertale, the monster still did attack you in the start of Undertale. And of course you can never escape the music in Undertale quite. Where on earth did the sword go? There we go. Yeah, the fact that the sword is in the mailroom, um, like, because like with Tenet, it's like why recreate it as a mailroom at all? Why is there a desert? Also a good question. But yeah, I think the reason Tenet recreated a mailroom is because, well, a sword room spawns a sword in it. Why would a mailroom not spawn mail? There are a lot of theory posts about this game. I haven't delved too deep in it because I usually focus on character relationships, but there's definitely a lot to think about back here. I need to actually play Link's Awakening. The only Zelda games I have played are, I'm not kidding, are like the original Overhead Zelda, so this was quite nostalgic, and like the very first Zelda game, and Breath of the Wild. I think the cactus, because I'm going to talk a lot about the cactus here once I make a video on it. But I do think the cactus reflects Spamton in a way. It also reflects some of what's happening with Chris. There's too much going on with the cactus. The sweepstakes page directly quotes the nightmares. What's the quote? I'm kind of curious now. Find. Wish there was a mini map. It's always difficult to tell, like, what Toby will just take the aesthetic appearances of and what Toby will take, story inspiration from. That's what happens when I don't look at the screen for a second. I'm still not over the hero sword figure actually having like that dialogue on it that was like, true strength lies with inside your friends. Also said succulent candies and meats inside. But I will say Spamton does reflect, has parallels with a lot of characters. It's actually a little ridiculous sometimes. My favorite are Spamton Birdley parallels. I'm not gonna kill the bluebird here, because the game actually does... Oh. Alright, see you later. The game actually does keep track of how many monsters Chris kills in this game, which feels concerning. Oh yeah, it's a really good ramp. See you soon. I do like that we just don't have a name for that thing, so it's like, yeah. ERAM, the name of the song. I look forward to it. I'm probably just doing Chapter 3 tonight, because Chapter 4 is very long. You got the ice key. Although I might do, like, maybe the opening of Chapter 4, just to, see what Castletown looks like. But we'll see. Depends how long it takes me to defeat ERAM in the night, because they're my least practiced Shadow Crystal bosses. I always wonder if it was unplugged by Anna or someone. Either way, Spampton could not call back. There's the Z right there. I love TV Worlds. I love the carpet, because we have a movie theater here that, like, has not upgraded since the 90s, and, like, the carpet looks almost exactly like this. Little guy's my post pal. Because they're rule breakers, we're not supposed to be friendly with them, but this guy is real nice. I actually think that these two do reflect Tenna and Spampton. Like, oh, we just have a really tall TV darkener, and then like a dice, like kind of scammy, short, jumpy darkener from a different world. Oh yeah, I got that one on purpose. I'm kind of a little fixated on these two's relationship, so I'll basically get any reference to them that I possibly can. Oh hey, I saw you commenting on my video. Can't afford shit, because I'm the Z rank. The couch cliffs, how purple and majestic they were. The dusty, the empty, such are the worlds such as those. The purple worlds, you think they give the creeps. You have seen naught but that tempered by light. Why so biblical? You should thank Tenna for brightening everything up. If you type in the phrase, I'm not kidding, not but that if you type in like tempered by light, you will actually put it in quotes into Google, you will actually find like biblical essays and the like. Doesn't have any words on it. Want to buy an S? You got Z rank, even though I can't watch off the stench of that. ZU. And, well, we do have another character who is constantly implied to smell, strange. In the, actually in the Undertale anniversary stream, he literally, I think Sans says, it smells like canned meat. Yeah. So, Spampton literally smells like spam. Feels a little concerning. Z, yeah. ZU. Yeah, doesn't that exactly work out? Alright, we'll see what Susie's doing, because I like all my Tenna dialogue. Yeah, so here's when they actually found Toriel. One more board. Okay. Free toy ball voucher, refreshments, lifetime supply of non-gloopy slime. I can't, like, I gotta imagine that Ten is quite, like, on top of, like, enjoying the games, oh, you're fine, Rosa, don't worry. On top of enjoying the games, like, the fact that Susie, like, actually appreciates Tenna's role as the interrupter, right, as the distractor, has gotta mean a lot to him, because that was his only, I imagine that was his only job in the Dreamer household for a while, was just being like, I am the distraction from all of the arguments going on. So the fact that he interrupted, but he's also getting praised for the fact that he did. Yeah. But not needs more than one. Been a bit alone until recently. Definitely not Glooby. I love chapter 3. A lot of people like say it dragged. I love it's such a fun chapter to overanalyze. Oh, Chris. They're one of my original viewers. I'm just not sure if they love TV. Oh, you haven't? I might be getting a little bit into it to get to the first part of Castletown, but we'll see. ERAM in the night might take me a while though, so that's a maybe. Okay, weirdos. That is not such a bad guy. I like that weirdo too, because that makes Tenna the fourth character that Susie has called a weirdo. Susie calls Chris a weirdo, Susie calls Rouse a weirdo, Susie calls Spampton a weirdo, and Susie calls Tenna a weirdo. Which I always pay attention to, like, what dialogue Toby repeats, because he does love to do the thing where it's like, I am inferring something by only having this dialogue appear in very limited circumstances. Alright, round 2. I'll probably get S rank for round 2. I don't need to go back into the depression pit. Or at least I'll try to. Our accountant. Hannah, why does Atlantis look like that? Yeah, Atlantis. That's what you think of when you see Atlantis, right? Wish I could go, but I'm just a big electric box attached to the wall. That's such a... Well, I think Tenna reminds... Oh, why does Chris... I don't think Chris actually, like, totally dislikes Tenna. I think the fact is that Tenna reminds Chris a lot of the adults in their life and the pressure they're currently under. So, like, obviously you're gonna dislike somebody that kind of reminds you of your dad and your current discord in your life. And the fact that Tenna kind of keeps almost giving away the plan and what's going on, so Chris is under a lot of stress. It's a multitude of factors, I imagine. But yeah, the I wish I could go, but I'm just a big electric box attached to the wall. Like, it's such a small line, but it does make Tenna the second, like, only one of 2 Darkners who has expressed the interest in being real. Not because they want to be better friends or because they want to, like, do something for a Lightner, but because they want to go somewhere. Like, the idea that Tenna just wants to go to the light world is such a, like, a rarity among Darkners. It's very interesting. And I imagine some of that was Spampton's little dream big attitude rubbing off on him. Atlantis Stadium and the Rainbow Bridge. okay, you can touch it, just be gentle. Calm down, sir. Koda Island, like the Kodak camera. That's me. I love Ralsei's, I particularly love Ralsei's dialogue during this, The plant of spikes hides in the forest. It's no rose, but its thorns hold love. Like, this is what I mean by, like, recurring dialogue, by the way. The word thorn is only used in reference to, in this line, and in explicit reference to the thorn ring, and nowhere else in Deltarune is the word thorn used. And you don't usually call a cactus's spikes thorns, so you know. Green geyser? Red antlion. Flower and torn in half. I wonder who took it. The photo, I mean. Yeah, the flower and torn in half is obviously like another little parallel for the split-up relationships that this chapter is reflecting. Lannis awaits in the north. Your daily Tenna content. Tenna told me to wait here at Lover's Peak. I don't think anyone's coming for me. Yeah, this line, I love this one. Is one lover still a lover? Ralsei accidentally saying phrases designed to directly nuke Tenna. No falling peaches, they expired. I thought they were rocks. Those also expired. Actually, I'll do that after exploding because I like the dialogue for it. Pippin's time. Don't let Mother see this another smackdown. Tenna's a good character, I don't blame people. Look at Atlantis Stadium, which is just another pyramid. Tenna, why are we so focused on pyramids? Tenna's little offense when Susie throws the binoculars in. Hey! Oh, Tenna plush. My Spamton plush is upstairs on the couch. Along with, next to, I think Tenna's sitting in the chair at the table. I love that the photos make it into a real dice. I'm lost. I didn't mean to make a shop. I didn't mean to sell that. Who the heck was that? I have nothing. I tend to take my Spamton plushes to different places, because one, it's fun, two, people seem to enjoy it. Dig dig. It's very interesting that the words here are in gray. Oh, that's fine. I'm always up at very odd times. You have a good night. This little phone call. I will. I wonder if there's gonna be... I don't know if this is actually will be the case, but I wonder if there will be any foreshadowing related to the fact that these three switch controls. Oh yeah, it's so crazy that, like, Tenna can die. Toby, there is only one ending in Nothing You Do Matters, Fox, right? Oh my god, Ralsei's thing here. Why'd you make me wear that? Make you? Hi, Ralsei. I think that's, like, the only time we do have it. Like, some of what Chris does, like, implies that they're looking at us, but, like, that's the only one where it's direct. Ralsei is definitely looking at us. Chris likes playing as Susie, isn't that confusing? Okay, right, Brooks. Now you're Chris, Ralsei. I do feel like that the control swap is going to be some sort of foreshadowing. Oh, part of the reason why Spamton and Tenna, I think, get so much people's, like, fixation is because, like, oh, you know, just two abandoned Darkners, you know? Don't feel like you're needed anymore, but you are still needed by one person. It's Flower, man. Oh yeah, there's like a million reasons why I have to be very careful to not pick up this conch shell with Susie, because if Susie picks it up, then you cannot put it down peacefully. We'll come back to that in a second. I'm mostly a Spamton hyperfixator, but I do deeply appreciate Tenna as a character, like as a character, as a narrative device. Like what he tells us about the Dreamer household. He's like a really well written. He's a really well written character. Red Horde headband references. Whatever happened to that? Oh yeah, I need to go back and check out the conch, because I think about this line all the time. Surrounded by washed up glass. Not a person seemed to want it. Listen to it. The sound of the ocean. A pity, it was just repeating all it knew. The fact that Spamton repeats everything in brackets, like, and the washed up glass combined with like the smell of rotten glass in his fight, and the fact that the broken mirrors in his dressing room, like, yeah, we also have a line in Susie Zilla that is like Chris and Rouse swing Susie from the ceiling like an unwanted puppet, so like we're really nailing that relationship in there. Apologize to the viewers. Hi, Dana. I need to farm some. Oh, Tenna's a bit of a backseat driver when it comes to video games. Hey, Doug. Yeah, this green stuff is like the green apple shampoo, fresh and fruity jamboree. What's my secret bonus zone? Short proof, you say? I love the concept of that Spamton was also still a bit of a literal money eater back in the day. He cultivated digital currency here. Why did you put coins in a video game to represent digital currency, Tenna? You're such an old man. But I love the concept that Spamton was still like a money eater back in the day, and so you kind of have to keep points out of his reach. Here we go. Scarlet Antlion. The Smitten Cactus. Flower torn in two. A smit. Yeah, this is where it's interesting. Is like the cactus is explicitly described as smitten, so we're associating it with being in love. Yeah, the digital currency idea, like, it's very funny because obviously Spamton is like, you know, naturally a little spammy, so he's gonna like explain digital currency, but like Tenna is such an old man that he was like, I'll put coins in a video game. That's digital currency, right? Not quite the concept. He's such a lot. Sometimes he makes up stuff. He's like, "Oh, I don't know what's this way." It's like, Tenna, the Tropic of Love is over here. What do you mean you don't know what's this way? Play money making game. Oh. And then they drowned. wonder what could be down here. Hello? So, I was actually so curious because, like, the Tropic of Love, obviously, like, the soundscape of it was similar-ish to Keygen, and then, like, the rainbow flashing felt like a little bit like it. So, I had a music major analyze, like, I was like, because I found a music major who did not play Deltarune, because I wanted an unbiased opinion. So I was like, do these two songs sound similar in any way, or am I crazy? So what I got is that the opening, like, note track, like, right after the initial, I think it's arpeggio roll, is going F-A-G-E, and then in Keygen it's F-A-B-E. So, like, they do have a similar note structure. And then the way they're played is, I'm trying to remember how they explained it. Basically, you would play each one on a different hand, right? You would swap hands for the octet, like, Keygen's like in the lower one, and then it was in a way that it kind of sounded like split pieces, they described it. Which I thought was pretty interesting, because not a lot of songs sound like Keygen or like this one on the soundtrack. Which, if I'm right and those are connected, that means that Spampton also could flash in Rainbow even back in the Big Shot days. This line, the Tropic of Love. Anyone else think that was cool? Haha. Anyone? Tenna only says that haha anyone one other place, and it is later with the Fresh from the Juice ad read. Anyone remember that ad, or that jingle? Haha anyone? Which, of course, we know the only other person that remembers the Fresh from the Juice thing is Spampton, so that haha anyone also connects them to the Tropic, like Spampton to the Tropic of Love. Yeah. So, it also implies that Spampton would think the Tropic of Love is cool, which I think is funny. The rain like tears, as salty as the ocean. I'll try anything once. That's a little bit of a dangerous, position to have. Uh-oh. He took my camera, took the moon, and even took the clouds. You'd think I would get tired of overanalyzing at this point, but, nope. I love that it kind of gives you points for taking pictures of Ralsei, because he can sell it. Okay. Funky home videos. Oh, don't worry, I do need to make a video that eventually that's just going over my board, because I know some people are not really into, like, consuming a conspiracy board or rolling through it. Although I did get a little into the board, a little into some of the stuff that I would want to get into on, in the trans Spampton video, just because it added to his transcoding, but... Yeah, I like Root Buster's pretty good. I would recognize it in multiple places, I suppose. Shadow's another one of those characters that is constantly, like, foreshadowing central. Got it. Yeah, tennis is like a lot of like. There's like too much, honestly. Tennis needs to stop. He needs to calm down. Back to Lover's Peak. We'll go up here real quick. I would say Spamton's text quirk in some cases could be, like with balloons, but other times it doesn't really make sense with some of the words he's replacing. You can look underwater. I wonder... Obviously, like, this might be a reference to the binoculars you can use in Man Country later, but I'm not sure what it would mean. It might imply... Because there's something in the backroom games that, like, also kind of, like, implies there's, like, a color palette change, like we're going underwater, and there's obviously the song coming from the sea, so... Something about that with foreshadowing. We do a little tenna trolling. And it sure is beautiful. Unfinished. Cut. Oh, Tenna and his ability to just reset you. I'm gonna farm some points here real quick. Make sure I get 1,500. Actually, I should probably get more than that. Quick farming break. Need to catch up on some of my points because I did the Z rank on the first board. The things I do for optional content. Because I want to be able to get Susie Zilla as well as I want to be able to get Susie Zilla as well as getting into the S rank room for sure. So, just in case I don't get S rank on this board for some reason. I knew someone that had over like 1,000. I think they'd been collecting since like June hit, you know? I like that he swapped trees. Oh, that's pretty impressive. The collection. I definitely don't have that many, but like my computer is basically just full of images of overanalyzing the game with like hastily written text on it, like Alright, almost there. I should have ground up more points on the flowers, but so it goes. Yeah, Tumblr has a lot. I actually need to, like, get into that more, because, I have a Tumblr, but I barely talk on it. Move over some of my Twitter analysis over there eventually. Almost there. Tumblr's not bad. It's I always love the tagging system, the way it lets you, like, talk to people in tags is pretty fun. Twitter definitely isn't for the faint of heart. People get very prickly on Twitter, that's for sure. Or speak. Booty calls. EV romance again. God. I have been on Tumblr a long time, although my current Tumblr is, like, not my old, like, I got rid of a lot of my old Tumblrs, because, like, I went through, like, phases with, like, with different, like, fandoms and stuff. So, like, I first got on Tumblr in, like, 2012? Yeah, 2012. Let me say it. But my current one's not that old. Why does Rules get the weird little hands, man? Three heads stronger than one. Help you again with me if I... Good, let's go. Aren't the only battle thruple in town now. What did he say? What? Are you ready to rock hard? I love Susie's hair. So, you want a fun fact? This game does not punish you for button mashing. Toby actually cut dialogue that informs you of this. He just brings out the alligators in bikinis, which is a callback to Bratty. Come back and watch again sometime, Tenna. The pause? Just kidding. Seem a little inappropriate. I'm not good at rhythm games, so I just button mash. Which, you know, that's fine. It's so funny that it doesn't punish you that much for, like, fucking up the longer ones. If you mess up this game, this one enough times, Tenna eventually says, like, imagine you're at that concert with all the hippies. Like, so, like, just a Woodstock reference. He's such an old man. Extra photo, 8 moss. There we go. Finally, it's over. Maybe I'll get T rank one day. I also haven't gotten that one. The special incentive. The bonus round. He's so winging it all the time. Pass. So with the Chapter 5 newsletter, it's also very apparent that Tenna, like, constantly projects the music, so, because the music is, like, I'm pretty sure at this point diegetic, like, Chris and them can hear it. So, Tenna just projects sad music when he is sad. Which I can't imagine being around somebody who constantly projects sad music when they're sad. Tear down the board, tear down the set, tear down my house, tear down my kids, you say. And it is crazy that, like, oh, Toby just released a bunch of Valentines, and Spamton's, that, like, 2 of Spamton's Valentines just happened to reference Tenna, like, 2 years before. Like, a year before this game came out. Or a year and a half before the game came out. Should we check out our gift shop? It's like Toby was, like, dying to put in the little secret, the secret relationship. Whirly gigs? I really want us to play it. I would love a Tenna Valentine card. Toby's being so quiet on us. I'm guessing they're like mid-bug testing, but I want to know what's going on. A worm. Suppose we should get ready to the next board. Let's go. Time's gonna be the last. We aren't ready for the chef game. We already did that. Where were you? Perhaps I just like it the wearing clothing on purpose. Of course you would know that weird affectionate weirdo was cute. Help or don't help, obviously. Reverse vending machine. Do that just yet. Water cooler. That's some better apples to say. Did you see the cards for the rules card that like said like to be this like for the merchandise that was like the rules card to be like discard before use? Gonna get rules angst here. Yeah, the card merchandise was particularly interesting. But yeah, the rules one just says discard before use, and he's like crying on it. Eh. I need to pay more attention. I think much like everything in this game, there's gonna be some like tiny bits of foreshadowing of rules stuff. I don't know how plot relevant he'll end up being, but... There's just 200 points in the crater. The drinks from an oasis 8 times. Sure am. Ominous ball machine. I do not have this guide memorized. I had somebody who was like... I had somebody who had this memorized last time, but I will say the way the Spamton plush was, like, treated in fandom was very weird for a little while. I know the fangamer thing had, like, that whole... I know that the fangamer thing was, like, about the Webkins plush meme, but, like, people went kind of crazy with it. Like, there was the one with the microwave was pretty funny, but, like, some people went a little weird with it. I got a golden tennis statue. Guess it can go in your room. Wait, really? I didn't know you could get... Will that actually pop up later? Yeah, there is like there's a GIF on Discord. If you type in like Spamton plush, I think that still pops up where it's just like somebody pelting their Spamton plush with rocks. It's like, okay, that is an interesting thing to do. I mean, I guess it's your money. I'm not very good at Susie Zilla, but we must see the Spamton paper mache head. Everyone will be destroyed. Completing a weird route is so interesting. Like, by the way, Susie being the one to parallel Spamton here is really interesting. Because she's the one that's like hung up by a string or like a rope, of course, and she like initially wants to destroy the city, but Tenna kind of reroutes it into like, you know, protecting him instead. And in the background we have the building that looks like Metaton and the building that also has the eyes on it that look like the Spamton concept art for his house. Or at least it looks like the eyes that are in the Spamton concept art. I feel like that person needs to calm down. Special using the Hey Every leitmotif. Susie Zilla had a change in her TV loving hurt. Give me the explanation, because we have that interesting line. Chris and Rousey control Susie via rope like an unwanted puppet. Yeah, the references in this chapter never really stop. Hello? I do like that this game is a reflection of Tenna's insecurities about getting scrapped and destroyed. My worst hater. in which Tenna has a very contentious relationship with his employees. No TVs were harmed in the making of this minigame. I'm the best at that game, clearly. Actually, before I do that, I'll go down here and see... Extra deck. Alright, Pippets is originally from Curd Castle. This guy turned to stone, I ain't sure what I'd do. What happens, happens. I think I fit in just fine, don't I? Seen a ticket anywhere? Nothing, just a hunch. Okay, there's so much rainbow stuff in this chapter. I mean, like, the Tropic of Love, it flashes in rainbow, his Hope Meter flashes in rainbow. There's the room where it says love wins in rainbow. Yeah. I'll tell you anyway. Sucks. Dustin makes me feel good. Can I look like this? Can I dream like this? That darn cactus. We'll get to the Love Wins room in a bit. Yeah, no worries. It's after the Doom board. It's one of the secret rooms that you can get, like, alongside the bonus room where the Spammed Antenna scene happens. Yeah, we'll get to that, no worries. Have some real fun. Though it could if you ever wanted it to. Oh yeah, I should look at the graffiti on here. The TV dinners are great and healthy. The white noise ice cream are made from Tenna's own noses. They certainly aren't recycled from. So, not only is, like, yeah, I think about this all, not only is Tenna putting Peepus in the TV dinners, he is also putting Spamton's noses in the dinners. You know? Just normal things. These are the most normal darkners in all existence. Like, also the description here, like, yeah, a dinner for cushy TV executives, the blue caviar is unforgettable. Your full course meal, Spamton noses and blue caviar. The sword route's a little unnerving. Proceed. Yeah, Spamton's in here now. Now sing that to the tune of the sword song going on right now. I wish I had a mini-map for these backroom areas. I always end up getting a little lost. Now I think I can go over to the purple. There we go. Time to go find the Tropic of Love in the back room game here. I love the unnerving wind sound. I get the feeling that this, like, silence with the wind noise is also going to, make a recurrence. I'm so curious if there's going to be, like, we already got some Tenna dialogue with the newsletter. I'm so curious, like, if there's going to be more, what it'll entail. Finally, some peace and quiet. Wonder if they even like the game. Trying my best to make it fun, but here and there strange things are showing through. Oh, why did I base it off this stupid old thing? Chris, oh Chris, if you could just smile, laugh. Tell me I'm doing something right, please. I like this a while. The reason I like this so much is because back in the early month, like the first month or two of Deltarune, people were trying to figure Tenna out as a character. Like, people didn't even know this existed yet, right? This one, like, you know, indicates that Tenna is very sincere, right? Like, that he does just want them to have fun, even though he's got this job of distracting them going on. What the? I hear footsteps. No good. And of course, the fact that he goes to the Tropic of Love to, like, get a reprieve from everything. Yep, he's just dealing with a lot of pressure at the moment. This is one of my favorite. I love this track. I'm hoping we hear it again, because I quite, or at least a version of it, because I quite like this. I love how this sounds. Yeah. And it only plays in that one room. Alright, time to go to the Ice Palace. trying to message Andrew Cunningham and be like, can you please do a musical analysis on the songs in chapter 3? His world revolving thing where it's like, oh, Gaster's theme is most certainly in Jevel's Gaster's theme is most certainly in World Revolving. Yeah, I want him to analyze the song so bad. Ice key. It is crazy how much this area looks like Hotlands, you know, like with the conveyor belts. Follow the white cloak. Level 4 first. There we go. The forbidden path began with ice magic. It is interesting that Toby is, like, now including the in-game. It's so crazy, because, like, with how involved the fandom is, like, almost everybody learned about the Weird Route, like, through, you know, through just interacting with fandom posts and theory posting. And then it's like, oh, yeah, naturally, there has to be, like, an in-game hint at it, too, for people who aren't that, who just play the game on their own. Well, the fact that you have to hurt the little cloak to, get it to hurt other things. I believe it was like a post first, right? Like a... Was it a Tumblr? It was some sort of, like, online post that was like, there is a weird route. And then people, like, and when people tried it, yes, lo and behold, it worked. I love how it's like, it was just called like, it's not like actually called like Weird Route in the files, but the files related to it are called like, are called that. Or maybe it is called Weird. Either way, like, it was really funny with Toby. It was like, in chapter 4, Toby just has Susie just look at the camera and go like, things took a weird route, huh? Just hear like the actual laugh track playing behind that one. I wonder if we'll see this maze repeated at any point. The bird. Since it's an aborted weird route, my birdly is, fine. My version of birdly, anyway. Well, Birdly gets very mad at, cheating when it's like wave dash. And it's like, wave dashing actually isn't cheating. The ice key was used up. She was used up. Definitely not ominous at all. Well done. You found my secret hiding place. But there's nothing here, is there? Yeah, the horns. There's something going on with those. You got the shelter key. Oh, you found that too. Perfect, just perfect. Thanks for all your hard work, Chris. It's so interesting how it talks to Chris. You were used up. Yeah, there's a lot in Chapter 3 that is definitely reflecting, like, the pacifist route of Undertale. Several of Tenna's attacks are very close to Omega Flowey's attacks. And then right after that, we have the Night fight, which some of the Knight's attacks are similar to Asriel, and the pacifist, like, ending attacks. That's good. Hey, Tenna. The Lightners are gonna get bored. See, sweetheart. Oh, he's in fun. He's like the... I can't believe you heard. Tenna is like the worst at pretending nothing is going on. Didn't hear what it was. There's nothing that pisses me off than people who don't tell you the whole deal. Stares at Chris and Dralsei. That is literally everyone in this game. Keep it together, Tenna. They're still loving it. Susie, she was so excited. Oh. The sigh. Oh, pal. The shaking, too, is like Tenna's... Oh, generally, like, actually in, morbid fear. Don't you want to keep him company? Mortal fear, I mean. Mortal terror. Your father is my brother. It's like Tenna also kind of like ends up accidentally self-sabotaging by, you know, bringing up memories, because it's like he can't help himself. How's he on your knees? You watch together. Sorry. Go. Chris always, like, turns towards the camera. Taking your time. There's a land like purple cliffs, a frozen waste, watery basin, a metal desert. It's just Undertale. But this theater was built upon that and it grew. Funky music plays. of Spampton's little tweets before the Q&A actually mentions, like, funky music in brackets, so... Yet another place where he got that from. I love that we get no explanation on why it's so ominous and staticky back here. I actually did enter the numbers knowingly. I'm gonna ask Susie in a while in a playthrough. You hate it? Oh, well, it's Tenna's like general angst under what his like his performative peppy demeanor. Going on adventures, making friends. Already sounds like a dream. I am not a dream. The stupid, creepy way you said that, pretty good. Nice. Wear doggy ears and do my homework. Christen the puppy stuff. Stop howling. Doggo. I wish Rouse would realize it doesn't matter to me so much. I gotta wonder why the Dreamers have 1225 as their parental lock code. Yeah, that it's cold out here is also of interest to me. A cold place. This never bothered you, in fact. There's something strange about it. It's like, I don't even know if I'd call it a set. Tenna shows up and starts singing Let It Go. Hi, Christmas tree with apples on it. Hell, Starlight, what's even there? I do love that, yeah, Toriel just like... Oh, once again with the Undertale music. Toriel just sleeps through this entire... It's not cleaving time, it's later. Oh, the apples? Yeah, it was like... I was rereading, like, Genesis for, like, the cleaved line, and then, like, I was like, is there anything that makes TV World into, like, the Garden of Eden? And then I was like, why does the Christmas tree have apples on it? That's show business. Nothing stays big forever without a little help, that is. Help being all caps as well, especially when we have the newsletter video now with the, I would have helped, like, I could have helped him, I would have. Tactical difficulty screen. You can just do that. Don't ask why the car's done off feet. You know, the blimps in the background on the TV City thing look like, they look like hats. I don't know what that would mean, but... Game's over. The show's gotten a little old. Ralsei is so good at, like, pinpointing Tenna's insecurities. Oh. Sorry, Tenna. Ralsei, buddy boy, it's fine, I get it. I'll do one more little game. Until you like it. Distressed Cabbage Patch dance. Crank it all the way up to max. The entire city is in flames. And fun. Well, Ralsei just doesn't really have any self-esteem. Manometer. Doing great. Say I love TV. We'll indulge him for now. I want to drag this out a little bit to get some of the extra lines. Get ready. He used to spend so much time with him. It is a very funny Spamton and Tenna crossover. Tenna gets wide, and Spamton can also get wide when he says wrong. Smiling, laughing, crying. I do love that Chris answers here. You went to college? Which is like a direct, you know, even if we're not picking the dialogue option, we just cannot hear Chris in any sense. The instructions are coming out of the pipes. They're crawling out of the pipes. Where are they going? I don't know. He's doing real great. It's fine. What a challenge. Better than email. He needs to stop. He needs to stop. Every pipe goes somewhere. They had to go somewhere. I got the families fighting again. Yeah. Literal years. We'll drag this out a little bit. I just needed to hear it again, haha. Oh, Tenna. Get your minds off of this and back on me. It must have been like a crazy, like, years and years of fights to get to this point. The city's on fire. It's coming. The music is coming. I can't stop it. Haunted by your ex, example 3001. That was weird in all caps. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. So normal. How could you let them use that act? You're fired. You know, that shadow guy's the only one that seemed to actually get fired, because the other ones, he goes, you're fired, and then he goes, you're hired, so that shadow guy actually just got fired. Monster movie marathon. Let's hop the jump scare. Tenna, what are we doing? Oh, they never said they could eat once. What time are you gonna watch TV tomorrow? I won't even go to church, I'll watch it forever, it's all- So great. Just like you used to love. Saturday morning flavor cartoon commercials. Fresh from the juice. Fresh from the juice. Make sure you don't get it on your shoes. Anyone remember that jingle? We'll get the, I need to get the second half of that. But did you really mean it? Hey, anyone remember that old jingle? Fresh from the juice. Haha, anyone? Anyone? Yeah, there's one person who remembers. They might be the glasses. On my face. I'm guessing he used to sing it a lot, given how much he focuses on that there. Look me in the nose and say it. Of course, we have Spampton's like, look in my eyes, look in my nose, look in my mouth. So they both have the look in my nose. There you go. Steam power. Chris, hey. Don't tell me you didn't like your custom-made toy balls. Yeah, no shit, Tenna. Cancel my 4 AM shock therapy session. Looks like it's happening right now. I'm sure that's normal, too. It's all fine. Hi, contestants. I'll give you funny if you get stuck in the carpet. Yeah, I made the board. I basically, if I made a video of myself overanalyzing, it would probably just be going over everything that I have on the board. Cause, yeah, I made a Spamtenna, like, I made the Spamtenna conspiracy board, which is literally, like, every connection that they have. It's a poster, it has word on it. It's almost every connection. There's some that I didn't get, but, it's like 95% of it. I have it pinned, it's my pinned Twitter post, and it's also on my Tumblr, which both those links are on my YouTube channel, I think. Hi! We're in chapter 3 this time. I'm doing alright. Chapter 3 always gets my hyper analysis about Spamton and Pen up, of course. I might actually have to stop before I attempt ERAM a bunch, because I might have something that I need to do this morning. But we'll at least get back to the old stage area. Should I go? Yeah, eventual plans are gonna be have a route where I have a normal full pacifist run and I've kept Tenna, have an aborted weird route run, and then my third save will be the one where I try to get the Peepus with Spamton in my inventory. Tricks. A father figure will give you a new controller. You need the Lancer controller. There we go. There was actually going to be a progression of the channels getting more Tenna-fied. Like, even the weather, like El Nina and La Nina, like the mini ones on here, were going to become like more like Tenna. This time. Word 1 was Z. That'd be dramatic. Yeah, I don't like when people over-exaggerate either Spamton or Tenna's like evil like they're not evil. They're just kind of like soggy at the end of the day. So many Tenna PFPs. Of course we want to get the, okay. I wonder if there's a point in getting the egg when I don't have the one from Chapter 2, because it won't let you get that one, but... And then his banana shoes. They're all fired. I love this one because the shadow guy just like dances and Tenna's like, what do you mean you don't want to fight them? So Tenna like implicitly understands shadow guy dance language. Shadow guys are just cute. They're very like, I'd say they're very wholesome darkners, that's how I'd refer to them. They're just here to have a good time, you know? Just destroy all these, it's fine. House is destroyed. Honestly, Tenna's split up with Spamton is not very much, like, the jokes are funny, but it's not really a divorce. It's more like, wow, one day my wife took a phone call and then ran out of the room in terror. And then I never saw her again. We are so divorced. You know, I think something's a little wrong there. Let's go super fast. Get in jail first. That you can just walk out of. Yeah, we don't really have any evidence that they were, like, super toxic. Hi! Oh, I love this joke. For some reason, you can climb into the trash. Everyone climbed into the trash. There's no way to unpress the switch. It is very doomed. There's so many worlds in which one of them is dead, or both of them are dead. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. It was initially going to be a project where I was like, oh yeah, it'll just be a short little look into this theory, and then it was like, I found way more stuff than I was ever expecting. Where it's like, because Toby, for some reason, really likes hiding, like, when it comes to Spamton, Toby's like, I love making him the mystery foreshadow machine where I hide everything related to him. And also he will parallel everything story relevant in the game. Cooler round 2. I need to flirt with the water cooler because it gets you very interesting dialogue. Wow, I'm doing terribly. The water cooler's, like, strangely difficult. Yeah. There we go. But yeah, this. Someone was watching you flirt with the water cooler. How nice. Her water was always so nourishing, wasn't it? She was so brave to put herself out there like that. I'm sure you two will be very happy together. But something about the words sounded sad. And talk about, like, continuous weird thruple stuff. Like, third wheel thruple themes in this chapter. So, like, oh, you two will be very happy, and it's like, the water cooler is depressed about it. Rubik Part 2. It's so weird that the Ribics, like, also bring back attacks from Undertale. Like, oh, it's just the frog attacks again. That's weird. Points. I love that, like, Tenna's currency is getting so worthless that they're just throwing it in the garbage. I don't really have a strong opinion on this missile. She feels like another lore drop. Or pint, anyway. Kelsey's still the horse. Keep the topic safe for work, people. Please. Lightner, hey, hey, hey! Is what it felt like your glasses would say. Horse Rouse, I should be in Castletown. I need more random. I want more Spamton commentary. Like, just give me little. Come on, Toby. I just a little bit. Free the shadow guys. I want to know what he thinks about everything. I want to know what Spamton was thinking while we were fighting the Titan, alright? Try not to mention the Kara stuff, would you? Topic-wise. Thank you. Not relevant to the stream. Yeah, we're not talking about that. There are some freaks in the fandom, and we don't need to focus on them. Anyway. There we go. Hello. Serious trashy, don't you know the personality of your own trash can? Well, this would be the one that's like stuffed full of flowers. They knew legal stuff they wouldn't have signed in the first place. I wonder if that's, It's interesting considering that Spamton did end up signing a deal with Tenna. You know, and then getting punished by the Void for it. Hello! Dude, he's looking for nothing. Ram just quitting. I don't blame him. A big star and a little star that both happen to be in the same style of Spamton's shop background. I imagine he doesn't like Ram partly because it does remind him of Cyber City because Ram is, yeah, cyber, like, he's not from Chris's house, he's from the cyber world, like, he's from the library. Yeah, I feel like the Aborted Weird Route is gonna be, I don't know exactly, like, something about being able to make the Twisted Sword is gonna be important. I just don't know exactly what it will entail. It's such a specific way to, it's such a specific way to play. Actually, if I do the power off thing, I wonder if that spares both of them? We'll give it a try, actually. That does. Alright. I love the mini audience here. And of course the gasp when you just go down, there's nothing. We are almost at the scene. Is this getting faster? There it is. Why green, I wonder? The green screen? The bonus zone. Something very secret. Sweet breeze, you say? They both remember a car ride pretty vividly, it seems. And here she is. Their child that chirps in their shared leitmotif that exists. Which that sounds like such a fan, like it sounds like such a fan baby thing, right? Like, oh, they have a baby together that chirps in their shared musical leitmotif. Toby just wanted to make a fan child. 10 headcanons? My own personal ones? I mean, I have a lot. No, everyone's gonna know I hang on to my partner's egg. My limit, if only anyone was here for me. You can take that little mailman. Immediately comes out. Like, I never get over this. Not like 12 hours ago, Spamton was like, oh, we'll turn those cathode screens into cathode screams. We'll get revenge. And then he immediately hops out. Folder of the year. You kept it. You really do care. Also, I checked his, like, general motions in other scenes. This is the fastest he, like, shakes. outside of when he says, like, living in a goddamn garbage can. He's so excited. Please, Teta. Of course, the Japanese implies that he does recognize him. I love Spamton standing there quietly throughout this entire meltdown. The heck is that thing? Yeah, in Japanese he says, like, it can't be. Which, yeah, in Japanese it says it can't be, which is, like, implies that he recognizes him, but he can't accept that at the moment, which is kind of understandable given that he's in a really stressed situation. Yeah, like, this was a bad time for Spamton to pop out. And Tenna was like, this isn't happening. And so it's like, I don't recognize this at all, but don't worry. Hurry. Thank you for gendering the peepers for us, Tenna, by the way. Oh, Spamton. Phone. Yeah, I think this line also kind of indicates, did that overly small, weird, unidentifiable thing hurt you? Like, that's so specific, right? Like, this is definitely unidentifiable. Don't worry about it. Spamton's had the worst 2 days of his life. Never doing that again. I don't even know if I blame him. Yeah, Spamton needs a vacation. Now the Love Winds room is around here. I have a lot of thoughts about the Love Winds room. Okay, so I mean, the first off is the Love Winds room is behind the face that's like a kissy face. That kind of looks pretty similar to the Spamton kiss gif, like the one from the like that came out during the Spamton Love Network. So, you know, just happens to look like that. And of course, we have the color scheming, which is like red and gold and blue and silver. And like, of course, Tenna is very like we have like implications with Chris with the cage and then like maybe the vessel, but red and gold is also Tenna's colors, and then silver and blue, or like white and blue, would also be related to, like, yeah, it's also related to that, but it is also related to the Spamton mannequin, because the Spamton mannequin is like white and gray and in a blue dress. And then, yeah, Love Wins. I had somebody in my comments being like, this game isn't for the gays. And it's like, it has Love Wins and Rainbow. I think Toby's getting a little blatant with that. Uses, like, general, like, pride phrase. It was Pride Month. That was very funny. Oh yeah, I've had all sorts of like I've had all sorts of people on that video. Oh, I love this little scene with the extra darkeners. Pippin's the shadow guy. So cute. I actually really like the darkeners in chapter 3. I think they're fun. Didn't want to be here either. Oh, rules are back. We're just here for the snacks, don't worry about it. I love that Rouse calls Tenna, like, by his name to Rules' face, and Rules is still, like, TV guy. Just will not remember Tenna's name. It's totally how it works. So informative, has the right things on the cards. Throws them all away, because everything we need is right here. What about having the best deck? With two partners, you're less alone. The higher your collective stat total becomes. I love how you can tell how Chris is feeling about this. Please no more. Sorry, Chris. Changeth my worms and changeth my cereal. It would be cool to have more. Rules is like the peak polyamory guy. Guys. I dated them, I'm not second in command. You can only dance. Rules. What a battle. It is interesting that, like, rules can just actively change the, like, how the battles work. And Lancer can, like, affect it as well. I love the bunny parachuters. They're so cute. There's also bunnies driving the helicopters. Ah. There we go. It's fine. I also have more cards. Cat Shadow Guys. So we have Cat Shadow Guys and we have Bunny Shadow Guys. Those seem to be like the two main ones, right? There are so many cats in this game. Good question. I mean, Pluie is, I'm pretty sure, probably a cat shadow guy, if I had to guess. Although it would be really interesting if Pluie was actually like a bunny shadow guy. Just wanted to be a cat. Go left. So I have the laser pointer. Deltarune needs more transcoded characters all the time, actually. I have so many that, like, nobody can like, say that the game isn't just really trans. Still, I like that it still gives you percentages even if you miss the Lancers. Louis, at the very least, does have a chosen name now. Because they want to be called the name of the minigame. There we go. Azrael and Des. It's gonna be so interesting, like, whenever we eventually get, like, Azrael showing up from, like... Because eventually, obviously, he is gonna show up. I'm just curious in what context it'll be. So you were the one who, like... I love that they both dump Rules, but then, like, obviously Chapter 4 is like, actually, Rules is still haunting them as the lamp. And they both seem to, like, still kind of have feelings about it. Yeah, maybe he could win him back. What if this game has potential for, like, not 1, not 2, but, like, 3 thruples? Like, what if the Spamton Metaton Antenna thing turns out right, and then, like, Rules can get back with Lenina and El Nino, and then you have, like, the Chris, Noelle, and Susie, or Chris, or Susie, like, so, what if we just get, like, all the thruples? Toby wanted us to all know that polycules were, in fact, the answers to everything. I'm new, I'm TP. Oh, the Tenna breakdown. Yeah, I might have to get off for errands, but here soon. This is all that little spammy mailman's fault, is it? Is it his fault? You don't know how to get Starwalker into your save files? Is that a... Yeah, it's just it's chapter 1. The hallway where you're getting shot at by the bird. Like, once you hit the bell, instead of going off screen, just go back, just backtrack, and he'll be at the start of that room. Or that hallway. But yeah, guide works too. Gotta plug it and make it big. And where is he? I don't know, but Tenna, maybe you foamed him in the face like 30 minutes ago. Does anyone know what an email is? The concept that Tenna was, like, in a relationship with Spamton and never knew what an email was. They're all leaving him. We'll see how far that. The Weather Channel. So, who told Tenna about apps here? Like, was it Batat? um, Tenna Sims. I'm a Sneo fan. That's what I am. You're leaving too? Anyone but you. There once was the great wilderness here, but the world became the theater and us children of Tenna's contract. Those that did not sign the paper set off for the far land were forgotten. Now only the legend old hermit still knows the way to the place. Chris, you do not know him so much? What? Sometimes the dialogue in this game will just break down, and I don't know what to do with that. Even the water spirits put to the bottles and pools coolers. A liquid contract, a waste of their natural figure. Shudda is canonically a literal thirster for the missiles. I'll get Man Country, and then I might have to get off after that. Nowhere. But see, you say it's a fever dream, but the dialogue is also breaking down in the light world because Jockington's dialogue is also getting more degraded every chapter. It might have something to do with Carol. I mean, we're gonna have a shit ton of missiles if we get in Noelle's house as a Dark World. Fumble, fumble. It's all Gaster's fever dream. Or could this be? Alright, you have a good one. This old tome admires your inquisitiveness. Well, I have a ticket there. Yes, I have a ticket there. Well, Toby only had the end of Deltarune as a fever dream. Which is kind of funny, because that implies that he's just been like, how do I build an ending that, like, how do I build up to this that it works as an ending? A ticket to nowhere. I love that it said the ticket was left here, but I don't remember. Who left that now? Head over to the right. Alas, the wardrobe is empty. You've been holding it from the moment you stepped in this room. This one, too. It's quite hard to understand you. Perhaps you should try speaking up. Here you go. What's that ticket? Hurry or Mr. Tenna's gonna get mad. And we have the sad TV world. And of course it is... Considering these two are potentially, right, like parallels to Spamton and Tenna, it is of course the taller Darkner. The taller TV Darkner that gets turned to stone. Which, you know, Spamton did have, you know, yield prophecy knowledge. Of course he would have been, like, under the impression that Tenna would die throughout probably much of their interactions. Will he be stuck if he stays like this? Didn't you steal him from the cat girl's house? Let's go do our ticket to nowhere and then, I hop off after that because I got some stuff to do. I find Ram quite interesting. Hello, man country. You look rather big. Have you been working out? Workout ready body, eh? I guess you grew up. Well, stop that. Copies are monochrome, but you colored us each of us in with care. Maybe the pink ace was suspicious. These little aces are like, you know, foreshadowing, ominous, like, what does this all mean? Central? Oh, Chris, what are you doing here? Did you come here to play with us? Chris never wants to play. Boo-hoo. Yes, your timeout is done. I would, keep the, topics kosher. Thank you. It's a man's world. This island is a World Heritage Site. Non-men are A-okay too. I cheated cards. You copied 7 aces. It didn't work well. Got lost in the couch and ended up here. Someone was looking for you, though I don't remember who. That implies the, yeah, the man... It implies the man behind the tree was out here looking for Chris. Like, talking to the aces. I'm trying to see as far as I can, but it doesn't look too good. And of course, our other binoculars we can look through. I wonder if you overlaid this over the water, would you get anything? Of course, the RGB color code for this one is like 167, 167, 167 too. Non-men are A-okay too. I wonder if Chris is a non-man. Yeah, that's... I do think that was because Toby noticed people kept, like, he-himming Chris. At least in part. Spring changed to summer, and summer changed to cold. And sure enough, I am the forgotten man. Will you forget me too? Are you sure? You've forgotten me many times before. Yeah, so even in the replay of Chapter 1, before Chapter 2 was released, the fan gamer guys accidentally, like, he-himmed Chris, and Toby corrected them on stream. Said, like, they're stuck, when they said, then they said he's stuck. So, like, yeah, I think Toby is, like, pretty aware that that was, like, people's conception. Well, if you meet me, I will be forgotten thereafter. Sometimes I forget myself. Will you forget me? In that case, forget about it. I'm just a man. So on to my story. The whole world looked like this, do you think so? Sure. You believe something so absurd? Happy to hear it, let me continue. While the world changed, society was developed. The earth was covered in water, dinosaurs appeared, and ice age. Actually, there are still dinosaurs. Is it mixed up? In any case, this island is the only place left I can talk. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sure. I haven't the faintest clue what it all means. One day this island will disappear too. We may not meet it again in this case. I feel like Toby, Deltarune is the only example of a game I know where there are 3 author inserts. Like, the Forgotten Man feels like an author insert, right? But then so does Gerson as an author insert, and then, like, normal Gaster himself, like, talking to us. Maybe it's like 4 author inserts even, because we have the annoying dog too, you know? Like, we're really interacting with Toby here. Do you want to meet again? Oh joy. Tell you my schedule. On Thursday I go to sell the donuts. Friday I top leftovers in the dumpster. Saturday I let it cool on the windowsill. On Sunday I harvest the wheat. Yeah, there's so many like Toby self-insert like references. Please take this to remember me. Although you may lose it in another day, be sure to put it somewhere. There's no shame in an egg. So I like that line, there's no shame in an egg as well, because you do have spammed in like in the Q&A, like, eggs only friend like me can call the boys eggs. So like this Phantom obviously does have like a little bit of shame out of like what they're called. You're very opinionated. I like you. You may forget me, I may forget myself, but I remember your kindness. If you will it, we shall meet again at that place. Whether 11 hours or 11 years, Deltarune will be waiting. Well, it's been 11 months since Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. So take your time and wash your face and get dressed. And we're back in the... Alright, time to leave. The TV snow sound. Alright, I do think I have to get off for a little bit. I have something I need to do with my family, but... probably end that there. Deltarune Ice. That might be connected to their 11 response, yeah. Yeah, you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll probably try and finish this, I'll have to see when I can play again, because I've got some things to do this weekend, but... you take the same path as everyone else, you won't pass through here. Yeah, no, I'll, see all you guys later.